Hours of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards, turn around.
Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MyTarot Morning Reflection, Daily Inventory, and chance to check in with the universe. And I hope everybody had that amazing weekend. I got to do some tarot readings this weekend. I was out at Bay, which is a brand art yoga, which is a wonderful place. It was Pride weekend, so that was fun. Good morning, Jenna, and good morning, Jenny. So yes, and today looks like it might be a nice day. I'm just sitting there looking at the sunshine out there. So we have the 4th of July weekend coming up here in the United States. So that means fireworks and noise and things like that. But what are we doing here? We are getting ready to do the, did I say it? MyTarot morning, blah, 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 and chance to relax and listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, which reminds us that we can, before we get started on this Monday, it reminds us that we are allowed to take a breath, because that's what I need. I get up and I start running, but wow, that breath. And of course that can remind us to find out where our feet are. Mine are flat on the floor and I'm rolling my ankles because that always feels good. Then my butt's doing the kitty dance. Checking in with the shoulders and taking a breath. And then where's that neck? As we do this kind of tarot meditation where the universe holds up a mirror and asks us, what do we see? And after we've taken a breath and we've gotten in that mode, we can use the tarot as that mirror. Good morning, Angelina. So, let's see what we have here. There we go. Oh, and I have my cup of coffee here. Ever since we started using that mocha pot, I'm drinking too much coffee. So, I am going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path, and this conversation is going to lead down a totally different path from this one. And the question is, which one do we want this morning? And intuition is saying to grab the bottom one. So, now what am I going to do? I'm going to do our 3 in 1. And I'll flip each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. And that way we find out together. Oh, and by the way, the Morgan Library in New York is having a tarot exhibition where they're going to be showing a Visconti tarot and they're going to be having people there reading and stuff. So we are definitely planning a trip to New York. We just need to figure out the time and place. So, flipping over the first card, that's always the exciting part. Oh, so we have the 10 of Wands. So, taking all this into consideration, this deck is not reversed. So I'm going to take into consideration that we've flipped all these as reversed, and then just see how that might help us go. So, of course, we are starting with the 10 of Wands. So, wands are fire, energy, creativity, action, movement. And 10 of wands, Mike, doesn't that is burdensome. So 1 wand we can handle fine. 2 wands, we can use as our ski poles. 4 wands, 4 pieces of wood, makes great for a table, but we keep adding and adding because when we're working, we just keep slowly adding more things to our task lists and things in our house. This is what it feels like sometimes when we just don't have time to let go of things and keep pushing forward. But let's see what the next card is. It is the 5 of Swords. So, swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxiety. And look at this poor guy here, carrying all this wood. Now, you know how sometimes when we are sitting there and we start pushing ourselves, and we get tired. And the 10 of Wands, 10 is just a 1 and a 0, which means we're getting ready to switch over to a 1 so that we can go through the cycle. But you know how when we are so stressed, we're just putting in the day. We don't have any spoons left. Well, when we had 4 of Swords, that's when, like 4 legs on a table, 4 swords are about stability of our mind. We're able to stop and think clearly. And then somebody hands us the 10 of Wands, and we go from the 4 of Swords to 5 of Swords. And sometimes we snap out, we react a different way, we do these things. And so with the 5 of Swords, 5s are always challenges. So this is the mental challenge that goes with the 10 of Wands. So, that's meant to not do that. So there we have the reaction to the 10 of Wands, which is our 5 of Swords. Now, let's see what the next card is then. We have the Queen of Cups. So, court cards. Court cards can be us. It could be somebody else. It could just be part of the situation. And when we talk about kings and queens, it's not male or female. It's masculine energy, feminine energy. And so these are very masculine energy cards, aren't they? It's like we have all this fire going on. We get all up in our head and everything else. And what is it that's going to help us to finally just let go? Sometimes we need a reminder that we are actually, does this person even look empathetic here? This person may be in the process of doing this. Maybe stepping on people, ignoring people, not even realizing, I'm just collecting these swords here. I got things to do. I've got to get things done. We're so caught up in our head and trying to get all these things done that we don't realize that in the next cycle, it's like, are we taking care of ourselves? The Queen of Cups, queens are the element of water, cups are the element of water. So where these are such strong masculine cards and being up in our head, finally, something's going to make us stop and take care of ourselves. And the goal here is to not have to wait until we get sick and tired and run ourselves to death. But it's to maybe either find somebody who might be able to help us with that task that we could talk to, like the Queen of Cups. Somebody who will say, it's like, yeah, you're being kind of jerkish here. You've taken too much on. And sometimes that Queen of Cups just might be ourselves. The basic gist is that when the more wands that we take in, the less room we have for spirituality. The more effort and drive and, my way or the highway we take in, every time we take in a little bit more, we push out that spirituality, that water element, so that we can add the fire and we can add the air and just get this stuff done. Until finally, when we no longer have room for, let's say, the spiritual side of it, then we get sick and tired and we just drop and realize that we can't keep doing this. And all of a sudden, that's where we now have a void that we can fill with something positive. So with this, we have a void that we're creating. We're just waiting for ourselves to just drop the rock, to let ourselves let go of all these things that we feel the need that we have to get done. Because until then, we don't have a void. We have it filled with all that fire and energy. So let's see what the advice card is. It asks, why the heck are we even doing all this? It's a Monday. The newspaper is stressful. Work may be stressful. We've got our bills we got to take care of. We've got all these things that we've added to our list. And why are we even doing it? Why do I go to work each day? Well, I can't afford to go to New York, but it's kind of why I work, why I do my little side gigs to make the extra money to be able to go to New York. Oh, so I can spend time with the people that I care about and do things with the people I care about. So this week, as we find ourselves taking that space on the inside, and every time we pick up a new wand, we are removing a space where spirituality could be, where positive feelings could be, where our emotions could be. And then we're going to start reacting, and it's going to go to our heads. But once we kind of wake up, like in the morning, and we find that whatever space we have that's filled with the fire and the air and all those thoughts and all that energy, when we let it go, we get to create that void so that something positive can come rushing back in. And again, that trigger is when we remember why we're even doing this. And so with that, I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing, amazing day, amazing rest of our week. So, and I am going to be back here again tomorrow. I'm seeing what else. So, with that, thank you all. Take care, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards around.